welcome to the podcast at this time. All right, I have two gentlemen with me this afternoon. I think it's fine they do the introduction themselves. All right, let's start with you, sir.
Hi everyone, my name is Everett Peter. I I am a master student here in Russia.
All right, thank you. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am Elijah. I am a second year in my bachelor's studying computer science. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much. All right, my name is Ayodami David. I'm also a master student here in Russia. Okay, a quick one. Basically, people don't really talk about Russia on the social platform, if I would
Mhm.
say, like the rate at which other European countries, Western countries fly around, especially from Africans. They tend to say, oh, I'm in the United States, this, take a selfie, all of those things. So I think we should just say a few things. Let's just say a few things about Russia. All of us are in Russia.
Yes.
I think let's start from you. You've been here for about two
2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about the educational part of Russia.
Okay. Thank you very much once again. Hello, Peter.
Hi, hello,
Good to
Elijah.
have you here. All right. So generally speaking, Russia has a very highly regarded and robust education system with emphasis on STEM, so to speak, which is the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and art. And another beautiful thing about Russian educational system is their infrastructural facilities that enhance learning at every stage of studies. And then I observe in this limited time that I've been here that they have a very wonderful scholarship programs and government subsidies that makes learning very accessible and easy for international students.
Well,
especially.
I'm also on scholarship.
Can you imagine? Although I'm not on scholarship, I'm
Okay.
a free pay student.
Oh, what about you?
No, I'm not paid.
Oh, I'm on scholarship. Okay, now let's go to the economy now. From that place of scholarship, because they are spending and all
Yeah.
of this. So despite the sanctions and all of that, they still tend to pay for us. Some of us are actually on scholarship. So is Russia in recession, as some people tend to see or to see from outside here?
No, of course not. Russia is not in recession. From what we can see, the economy has actually grown over time. They've grown by over 4% since the implementation of the sanctions. So COVID, the whole world took a hit. But
Yeah.
after COVID, seeing that they tried to recover,
Mm.
the whole world was trying to recover and the sanctions hit, you would expect that the economy will go down.
That's true.
Because that was the premise behind the sanctions, that the economy is very fragile.
Mhm.
But seeing what they've done with BRICS, seeing what they've done with their oil, seeing what they've done with circumventing trade and everything, they've actually come out way stronger than you would expect. So they're actually in a recession. I think they're doing quite well for themselves compared to Europe that just grew by 0.9% in the last year. They grew by over 3.5%.
So it's just more of people's perspective, people trying to say, oh, there's a war, and of course, it should affect them. There is this and all of that.
I think beginning of the war it did affect them, but right now they're doing quite well.
Okay. Let's talk about this education. Of course, you are a student. We are students. So people could know: are students allowed generally to work here in Russia?
Of course, students in Russia are allowed to work part-time alongside their schooling. Russian educational system allows for students to actually do working, as I said, with flexible schedules that allow for the accommodate studies. Myself personally, I'm a student and I still work. I have 2 jobs. You can imagine.
Wow.
Yes, and my study is running fine. So it's pretty good. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So on the economy still, despite the sanction, the rate of unemployment here is actually minimal.
Yeah, you can say that.
Why?
It's very minimal because after when the war started, a lot of people expected the economy to go down. So a lot of people migrated out of Russia, both Russian citizens, both foreigners who were already living and working here. They were scared of the war and what the war implied. So it created a lot of space for people to come in and work.
Okay.
So foreigners coming, they were able to work. I know of a friend who came in from Nigeria, came in to work in one of the top tech companies here. It's called Yandex. We control transportation, deliveries, and everything. So he worked here, gained experience that he would not gain in any other company. And then he was able to move to Google from there. That's for foreigners. But for the citizens themselves, they have a system that caters for their needs, that caters for their jobs and their welfare. So there's job opportunities available to them. You just need to learn the language. Apart from that, I think you're very good. For the jobs.
That language you mentioned is actually key. we discuss the language maybe as we round up. So let me come back to you. So let's look at the religious peace in the country, because people tend to ask that, oh, is Russia an Islamic country? Is it a Christian country? And all of those things. So what was your perspective?
In Russia here, Russia generally is a multi-confessional faith nation. That is, they allow for freedom religious activity. Okay, so we have in Russia here, we have Christian, although with Orthodoxy as dominant faith. But then there are other religions that are also very doing well. We have Islam, we have Judaism, we have Buddhism also, and all of them are coexisting peacefully. Yes, without problem. Wow. Christian goes to church on Sunday, the Islam, they worship on Friday, and every other religious that are here, they are doing fine.
Let me just cut. Is there a lesson for us in the African part? Because you've mentioned like 4 different faiths and everybody is living peacefully.
Yes.
Like peacefully.
Yes. Wow. There is, I believe. I mean, for example, if all of us are practicing different faiths, what is more important is for everybody to respect one another and value the thing that you confess as your faith. Yes, basically, that's what I believe.
Okay. So I will still come back to the place of language. Let me push to you. Now, some people claim that Russia as a whole, that it has, or we have, let me use that language, one of the best transport systems in the world.
Yeah.
What was your view?
Yes, we do have one of the best transport systems here. It's so good that even China is trying to copy the system, the railway system. The roads, the railways, super 100%. With as low as 3,000 rubles. We are in Moscow currently. That's the capital city. It's as low as 3,000 rubles. That's basically less than $30. Approximately $30. You can go everywhere for the whole month. Your buses are covered, the metro is covered.
That's true.
It's just an amazing experience. So I think we have one of the best, and it's doing so good.
I agree with you. Is there a lesson for developing countries?
Yeah, of course. For developing countries, the railway system might be hard to copy, right? But we can start from the road.
But of course, one of our states is actually doing well in terms of building railway, like Lagos.
Yeah, Lagos. Yes. Lagos is the hub of capitalism in Nigeria. It's doing quite well. So for other states who are looking at this, you can try and copy the way the road systems are set up, the way the transportations are set up. Do quality roads. These things are expensive to build, I know, but it's something that is doable.
Of course,
it takes intentionality on the part of others to do it, but it's something that is doable. And with a lot of intentionality, funding, and making the right decisions, I think we can replicate something like that even back home in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. And George, I think it's actually important, especially for us in Nigeria, because I tend to see that almost 25% of the death rate in Nigeria is caused by road accidents. So if we're able to fix that, it means that at least to an extent we'll reduce the number of deaths that comes from that aspect.
Exactly, that's true.
Okay. So let's talk about the language. Of course, we understand that all European countries generally has their own language, aside from Austria.
Yeah.
So how do you see the language here in Russia? Like, how is it difficult? Is it hard? Or how do you tend to communicate?
Well, Russian language is not as difficult as it seems, only that it's very complex. But it's just a matter of time. I mean, in 2 years, I can try my best. You will not believe that I'm studying with Russian. Wow. And this is my 2nd year, and I'm progressing well. At least at this time, I'm Gafari
Shoo, shoo.
Tuk-tuk.
Okay.
Yan Gavari Paruski. Tuk-tuk.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, talk about the language.
Yeah, for the language, in my opinion, if you are coming here to study, to work, just dedicate 6 months of your time.
Okay.
When you arrive, don't be in too much of a rush to look for a job. Or I know you need to survive, right? Of course, you need to survive.
Well, I don't do that. I once I enter Russia too, the second day too, I enter market. Good day.
No.
Yeah,
But to give you an edge, because
That's
you're
true.
not just looking at working for the temporal, you're looking at long term, right?
Mhm.
So you can be able to integrate into the Russian system properly. Just dedicate some period of time to study and master the language.
Actually, that's
At
true.
least know the basics, communicate properly, and you're good to go.
That's
But
true.
the language, it's like my brother would say, it's a very rich language, very rich language. But once you get into it, you're good to go.
Yeah, good to go. That's true. That's true.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Sincerely, we are just running with the time because all of these things you've said, they are things that we also actually look at them in depthly, especially when it comes to the place of the education and even the economy. So we actually see what's happening here, then we say what we can actually learn from it, especially we as students, and of course all of us will not be here forever. Still going back to our home and be like, okay, this is what I got from here, and this is how it can help us.
That's true.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm so
It's
grateful.
good to be here. Also.
Good to be
All
here.
right, thank you. Okay, well, before we go, maybe we just have in one 30-second speech, like what would you want to say? What do you want to tell people about Russia itself as a country, as a nation? Just 30
Well,
seconds.
for me, Russia is a beautiful place to be in terms of education. Like I said, in terms of building your career, Russia is the best place to be. And talking about cost of living, I tell you, Russia is the best place to consider.
I
And
agree.
please, there's no war in Russia, actually.
Of course, there is no. If there is, we will just be
He has basically said everything. Also understand that the narrative about Russian people is not so correct. Russian people are some of the nicest people you ever meet.
That's true.
They are very sincere. If they don't like you, they don't like you.
Exactly.
They like you, they really
like
like
you.
you.
True.
So don't be scared with their faces and everything. But they're super nice. And just give it a shot and I'm sure you have fun.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, thank you so much. We meet another time.
All right.
Bye.